All right, folks, we are at a truly pivotal moment for the XRP ledger, and XRP, the native token of the ledger, I believe is set to experience significant appreciation from the utility and the exposure that we are now going to get from the stablecoin that Ripple is going to be launching. They're putting it both on the XRP ledger and Ethereum, which once again, we're connecting with all of these other chains through our XLS38D cross-chain bridge. We have the AMM going live here in a few days. All of this utility is being unlocked and liquidity bridges being built. You just love to see it. So let's get right on into this update, folks. I'm going to also show you why I believe that we're getting set up once again. We had a little bit of a pump take place in the cryptocurrency space with Bitcoin going back above 71,000, but I want you guys to see the manipulation still running rampant, and it is a cause for concern. More on that later. Starting off here with the current events financial market update, Kobesi letter shares with us that the U.S. federal debt is set to double in just 8 years, rising from 20 trillion in 2017 to 40 trillion by 2025. Currently, U.S. federal debt is rising by a whopping 1 trillion every 100 days. To put this in perspective, if the U.S. debt hits 40 trillion in 2025, that would be a 17 trillion increase since 2020. That would be a 570% jump in U.S. federal debt since 2000 and a 25-year period. The worst part, this analysis assumes that we are on track for a soft landing. What happens if a recession hits? Well, then it only compounds and then it only gets worse. And you know what's interesting about this whole deal is they want to act like everything's okay, and they don't want to admit that we're actually already in a recession by most people's standards. They've manipulated the unemployment. They've manipulated our GDP. The only reason why our GDP is up is because that folks are having to pay more for the same goods and services. We're not producing more. We're not growing or expanding right now. People are just having to pay more for the same crap. And then this is what's also taking place, folks. Amy Nixon, Texas runner, Dallas-Fort Worth. 22% of Americans are skipping meals, 20% are selling belongings, 17% are dipping into retirement savings, and 15% delayed or skipped medical care. Some dark stats on this Eclipse Monday. And that's the real situation on Main Street that I keep on bringing it back to, this disconnect from the delusional speculators on Wall Street and what's taking place in the Main Street economy. Now, let's get into the crypto update, though, folks. I want you guys to be prepared, and this is why we've been stacking precious metals as a hedge insurance policy. Remember, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing and what people in my community are sharing with me as well. We got folks that have been stacking up precious metals, folks that are moving in real estate, building out their businesses. But then we do believe that the best opportunity right now is in the digital asset space with the most potential upside returns. But whatever you understand best, and I'll tell you what, I just keep on bringing this back to is the fundamental utilities in the digital asset space. And what's been interesting to me is how much money is flowing through networks that don't even work. And of course, you already know which network I'm probably talking about. We're talking about Solana. Now, huge shout out. Let's give respect. You guys know me. I like to give respect and credit where it's due. Got to give a shout out to Solana because they have now surpassed $3 billion worth of stablecoins issued on Solana. So you got a bunch of memes flowing around. We've highlighted how they had over 3 billion in DEX volume, 24-hour trading volume on Solana surpassing 3 billion. Why is that, right? It's because we have all of these coins that have came over there. It's a better solution than Ethereum. The gas fees aren't as bad. The only downside is that the network really sucks and then it goes and it breaks. So you have all this flows, all this liquidity moving, and all these projects that are launching on Solana, even though the network sucks. It's the same thing as Ethereum. Even though Ethereum is expensive, people are still using it. Even though Bitcoin is slow, people are still using it, and it's the number one coin. What happens when the truth comes out about XRP, when the utility gets unlocked and folks realize, oh, wow, we can actually start to build over here? And what happens when Ripple issues this stablecoin on the XRP ledger to help even more people get exposure? We're going to talk more on that here in just 1 second. But first, I wanted to show you this in regards to stablecoins. What happens when Tether goes bust? Uh-oh. Paola, the CEO of Tether, calls Tether a bank, and they just got caught facilitating transactions, quote, channeling Chinese goods to Russian military. Uh-oh. The Treasury address to Senate on illicit finance is Tuesday. That's going to be taking place here. You guys are going to be watching this video on Tuesday as well. So here later today, we are going to get to hear Treasury addressing Senate on the illicit finance that's taking place. It's coming. Tether Tron related sanctions possible this week or next from Roe Ryder. Folks, this is from Secretary Yellen. Reinforced that banks are facilitating transactions to channel Chinese goods to Russian military face sanctions. Sanctions are coming. And we're talking about Tether. We're talking about Justin Sun, still one of the biggest market maker magicians in this space. Justin Sun sent 90 million USDT from Just Lend to Binance and HTX minutes before the pump tonight. Over the last several days, Tether has been sending Justin hundreds of millions of Tether printed from thin air to manipulate crypto markets. So if you're wondering why did crypto go up over 71,000 just yesterday, right? Was it the eclipse? Well, maybe that was part of it. Maybe it brought a little bit of energy into the crypto space, right? I think it's one of the last gasps of air that the cryptocurrency space is getting before these sanctions get slapped and before this market is due for a correction. Historically, this is what we see: pump before the halving, then correction, then the bull market continues. So we're due for it. We're overbought, and we still have a massive amount of manipulation. And you guys know that our government, they want to come after anybody who's helping out the big bad bear, Mr. Putin over there in Russia, right? So this is the perfect excuse that they need. You know that they want to come in with that stablecoin legislation, and you know that they want to collect the billions of dollars in fines and penalties. And so it is coming. Let's watch it. Now, for the adults in the room that are trying to do things the proper way, in compliance, leaning into transparency, in fact, setting the standard for transparency, well, that would be Ripple, of course. And so what we have right here is we have Singapore reports on Ripple upcoming stablecoin launch, and Monica Long, the president of Ripple, adds, quote, issuing our stablecoin on the XRP ledger and Ethereum will serve as a pivotal entry point to unlock new opportunities for institutional and DeFi use cases across multiple ecosystems. The XRP ledger's native capabilities, including a decentralized exchange and automated market maker, were built to utilize XRP as the bridge asset. So for those that are trying to say that this is going to take away from XRP's use case, it couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it only enhances and builds and brings more adoption to the XRP ledger, which all uses the XRP token. Bringing a trusted stablecoin onto the XRPL will drive more adoption and development, contributing to a vibrant ecosystem. So I got a lot of FUD, right? They try to spin up negative. They try to spin everything that comes out about XRP and Ripple. They try to put the negative spin on it, right? When it couldn't be further from the truth. This is only going to drive more adoption. And you know, in the cryptocurrency space, we try to figure out how are we going to get the first billion users into Web3, right? This is the talk of the town, right? How do we get more people to adopt cryptocurrency technologies? Well, really, the most simple way is you allow them to get a derivative of fiat currencies in digital form. And that's actually how you are going to onboard the first billion users into crypto Web3, is by allowing them to use the same currencies that they use every single day in digital form, settling on DLT. And that's why the stablecoin deals are so big. We have $150 billion worth of stablecoins right now, and 2/3 of that is in a unbacked, well, prove me wrong, show me the reserves. 100 billion is in Tether. Of the 150 billion stablecoin value, 100 billion of that, 2/3 is in Tether, which we're showing you guys. It's still going on with all the manipulation. Now you got Chinese good funding Russia, sanctions potentially coming on. You guys know the deal. They're about to come in and they're about to crack down on what's taking place right here, folks. We're going to continue to watch this one, but I think this is, it, just like she says, as I titled this episode, a pivotal entry point to unlock new opportunities for institutional and DeFi use cases across multiple ecosystems. This is a pivotal moment for XRP. We need legitimate issuers. And I'm going to actually throw this out for you guys as well. What's the potential for Ripple to actually issue Bitcoin on the XRP ledger? We know that Ripple has their Liquidity Hub product that they already are offering, right? Liquidity Hub uses Bitcoin, it uses Ethereum, it uses other cryptocurrencies. It's a product that they have separate from ODL, which settles with XRP. They have Liquidity Hub, so they can help all of their institutional partners use whatever crypto they want to use, right? So what's stopping Ripple from actually issuing Bitcoin on the XRP ledger, issuing Ethereum on the XRP ledger, right? I love the move with stablecoins, though. This is what people want, right? Most people are ready to go to a digital world. Most people are already ready to get rid of cash. And so they want, and by and large, right, the US dollar still remains as the reserve currency status. And people around the world, in fact, I was going to share this story. I was listening, and if you want a good laugh, just listen to Bitcoin bros in a Twitter space trying to figure out how to build out a new financial system on Bitcoin. And they go back and forth between arguing, should Bitcoin, just be a store of value, or should it be a medium of exchange? Why aren't we getting more adoption? Why did I went to El Salvador, and it says that all of the cab drivers accept Bitcoin, but none of them wanted it. And the one that did, he politely asked me not to pay him in Bitcoin. This is real stories that I'm listening to in the Twitter spaces. I during my day, sometimes I like to get some entertainment. So I go to the Bitcoin bro spaces, and they're trying to figure out how to create the new financial system, and they just don't get it, do they? Right? They don't want to look outside. They acknowledge that Lightning is a centralized solution that still doesn't work. And that despite all that, even if they made it work, people still don't want to accept Bitcoin because they don't want to hold it. So then if they receive the Bitcoin, then they just got to convert it to their currency, which most of them want dollars. Then they're getting hit with tax. It's more friction. What folks, you got to give the people what they want. And what they want is the US dollar. And if they want other currencies, well, give them that option as well. And I think that that's what's coming. As I've been saying, you guys probably already saw my video that I dropped a couple days ago. Ripple now has the stablecoin blueprint, the template, the plug-and-play solution for any other institution that wants to issue a currency on the XRP ledger. So this is where we get exposure not to just US dollars, but any other currency can now be issued on the XRP ledger very simply by following in Ripple's footsteps. Now, continuing on here, folks, just wanted to share this one with you guys. There is definitely more information to come from the SEC on ETHgate. That's right. It's not going away. I know many people want it to be over with. They want it to be done with. Why do you guys keep on talking about this? Well, we want to save our country. We want a future for our children. I'm sorry that that's such a crazy idea to some people, right? You're not going to stop us, though. The public deserves transparency on how government business was conducted, and Empower US will fight for it tooth and nail. Now, this is Tristan Leavitt, the president of Empower, and he's retweeting now Digital Asset Investor, who says ETHgate isn't over by a long shot. You don't have to take my word for it. Go check. Empower Oversight just filed fresh lawsuits. They're not done. Now, Steven Narioff retweeted, and he says, Tristan is correct. To do my part, I provided Empower US with a treasure trove of documents to help in their relentless pursuit of transparency. We owe a debt of gratitude to Tristan, Jason Foster, and their highly dedicated team for their efforts. That's what I'm talking about, folks. And so we're exposing it all. And it's not that we want to see these other blockchains go down. It's not that we want to see Tether go down. It's not that we want to see Ethereum go down. All we've ever wanted is this level playing field. We've just been sticking to that. It's just a level playing field, and made the best project win. Made the best technology win. The best companies win. This is the American way, where you set a level playing field and you let free market capitalism run its course, and the cream rises to the top. It's very simple. It's worked for hundreds of years. The problem is now we have crony capitalism, and this is what's messed with so many people now. They're getting taught in the schools that capitalism doesn't work. Well, crony capitalism doesn't work for the regular person, right? But true free market capitalism does work. And that's all we've ever wanted. We don't want our capital markets to be captured by this bureaucratic beast that sold us out to other countries, other interests that aren't American. In fact, it's the complete opposite of our values. That's why we're going to continue the fight. We're going to stay over the target. I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. Let's enjoy this moment. Let's lean into it and build upon this momentum as we fight on, saving our country, going over ETHgate, but then sharing the truth about XRP, as many people in the cryptocurrency space don't even realize that XRP Ledger is finally getting utility. We were finally getting utility. Now we're getting legitimate issuers like Ripple, bringing stablecoins on board, more issued assets to come, more issuers to come. It's a beautiful thing. Just let me know in the comments down below. How is it possible that XRP misses this bull run? That's my question of the day that I'm going to leave you guys with. If you guys need precious metals, if you need crypto, you need exchanges, you need wallets, you want to get tapped in with our private community, it's all over there at my website, zachrector.com. We would love to have you join us in the community. It is a family over there of like-minded individuals pursuing the same thing, which is getting on the right side of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. We're celebrating our 3-year anniversary in the Patreon Discord community, and we'd love to have you in there. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.